What's going on, Vikings fans? Welcome in the Vikings Now by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick Siepman. I wanted to have a fun show today. So we're going to start off talking about should the Vikings sign Dalvin Cook? Yeah, we are going to talk about Dalvin Cook here. And then also on the second half of today's show, we're going to answer questions from Vikings fans as a part of our weekly live show. So love both of these segments that we're getting into today. But before we dive into it, guys, if you guys could help me out, my bosses are kind of on me about not having enough Twitter followers. So if you guys could help me kind of grow my brand a little bit and give me a follow on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. That's the handle right there, Pat Sieps. Pat Sieps. Just click the link that's in the comment section or description. Give me a follow over there, and I'll give you guys a follow back. Let's take a look at the Vikings running back room right now, and let's dive into this Dalvin Cook topic. So Aaron Jones, no doubt, running back one, he is going to be the man of this running back room this season, and he is going to absolutely kill it. But then you got my guy, Ty Chandler, who I thought maybe the breakout year was coming from last season, but the Vikings still, decided to give Alexander Mattison all of those carries, which, I disagreed with, but Chandler still showed pop. Then you got Kene Nwangwu, that total special teams demon, gadget guy, like can do it all on the football field, but, he's not a true running back. So, do the Vikings have a space on this roster for Dalvin Cook? I'm gonna say no on this one. And last season with the New York Jets, obviously the production went down. They had Breece Hall. He was just not really in that rotation, but only 3.2 yards per carry for a Cook, and we've seen it go down each and every single season. And listen, there'd be no doubt about it. This would be awesome. I would even get excited if I got that notification that the Vikings would be bringing back Dalvin Cook. No doubt. But also, I just don't think it's right for this football team. It's not the direction we are going. If we have seen any moves the Vikings have made this offseason, they want to get younger and they want to get more athletic. Dalvin Cook is the opposite of both those. And I think you could even look at a guy, let's talk about Ty Chandler, for example. He's a younger, cheaper version of Dalvin Cook, and I would rather see him get the running back 2 reps here. I think it would be cool. Dalvin, he had so much juice, dating back to that 2019 season where he almost ran for 1,600 yards. He was awesome. But with where the Vikings are heading and this kind of youth movement we have going on in Minnesota, I'd rather have them stick with Ty Chandler for running back 2. Now, I do want to talk about Aaron Jones here for a little bit, as I think this is becoming one of the more underrated and under-talked about moves of the NFL's offseason, because I think people are really forgetting who the Vikings signed this offseason. We can show this graphic. Rushing yards over expected from week 16 to the divisional round. Who was number 1 by a wide margin? Aaron Jones at plus 151 yards. This means he accumulated 151 more yards than he was supposed to on all rushes from week 16 to the divisional round. Funny enough, Josh Allen at second on this list at 97. I thought that was pretty funny to look at. But listen, no doubt about it. Aaron Jones is going to change life here in Minnesota, and he is going to change this offense. And Justin Jefferson, he actually agrees so. He said, I've been seeing it on the sideline, so I definitely can see his explosion, his ability to move freely behind the backfield and find that hole and hit it. I'm excited to have him on the squad. He is going to be a tremendous big piece for us to open up our pass game. Being able to run the ball with him and being able to open it up with the pass game is going to be smooth. Absolutely loved what Jefferson had to say there on Aaron Jones, and I couldn't agree more. They're going to complement each other so well this upcoming season. And I want everybody to take a second here and look at this graphic we got. So it's taking the top 2 receivers, the top running back, and the top tight end, and the top offensive lineman. If you took this 5 and you put it up against any team in the NFL, I actually think the Vikings might have the best 5 offensive weapons in the National Football League. You could argue the Niners with Debo, McCaffrey, Ayuk, Kittle, and Trent Williams. They would probably be up there as well. But this 5 that Minnesota has is fantastic. And I just don't think you need to add another guy to it like a Dalvin Cook, because, you know what, man, you got a lot of mouths to feed on that side of the football. And I just think the weapons the Vikings have right now, it is going to be a special season here in Minnesota. And I don't really think a lot of people understand that just yet. But you guys let me know. Would you sign Dalvin Cook Give me a Y for yes or an N for no down in the comment section. I cannot wait to hop down in the comments and see what you guys have to say. But coming up next year, we are going to be answering questions from you guys as part of our mailbag session here. Absolutely love doing this because you guys kind of get to dictate where this show goes. But before we dive into that, guys, got to tell you about the sweet deal we have going on right now. Chatsports.com/Vikings jersey. Get your J.J. McCarthy jersey today. Or if you guys want, get an Aaron Jones jersey. Get a Christian Darrisaw jersey, as I expect an extension will be coming for him shortly. So check it out. That's the link, chatsports.com/Vikings jersey. And get a J.J. McCarthy jersey today. All right, X is vibing, saying dark horse player to make the roster. Excuse me. Dark horse player to make the roster. Okay, let me think about this. You know, my immediate thought just went to N'Keal Harry making it as a tight end. You know, you could go N'Keal Harry on that one. I'll go Kyrie Jackson. I saw a lot of Vikings media members put out their projected, 53-man rosters, and most of them had Kyrie Jackson off that list. But I think he's going to, show what he's made of during these mini camps or in training camp. I think he's going to work his way into, being possibly a rotational piece. So, dark horse player, I'll go N'Keal Harry or Kyrie Jackson for that one. But appreciate it, X is vibing. Eric coming in saying, I am from Chicago. Me too. I was raised in Chicago as well. And radio here saying Caleb Williams doesn't look good in early season workouts. Do you think the Vikings keep McCarthy on the bench all year, or do you see him playing? So I'm in the camp that I don't think McCarthy is going to play actually at all this season. And I think for two reasons. I think, number one, I don't think the Vikings are going to rush this process at all. They're going to take their time, and they're going to let him develop, and they aren't going to add any extra noise and anything extra to his plate besides developing his own game. Number two, I think Sam Darnold's going to have a hell of a year. Like, I am really starting to believe in Sam Darnold, and obviously it's that time of the offseason where every fan, if you ask them about their favorite team, they're going to say only glaring reviews. But maybe I'm just drinking too much of the purple Kool-Aid, but I think Sam Darnold is going to keep J.J. McCarthy on the bench this upcoming season. But, Eric, I really do appreciate your question. Z Cool saying, if Sam Darnold starts to fail and underperform, do the Vikings plug in McCarthy or Nick Mullins? Great transition here. Shout out to Trace on the ones and twos. But also, great question. Z Cool. See, now with this, I think they would 100% go to J.J. McCarthy. I don't think Nick Mullins, by any means, if McCarthy and Sam Darnold are both healthy, I don't think he's starting at all this year. So if this is the situation, like let's just say Sam Darnold first 5 weeks, Vikings are 0-5, and he's the main reason why we're losing all these games, then I do think J.J. will be plugged in there, and they'll just kind of say, hey, you go figure it out. You're going to now obviously have to be quarterback one for the foreseeable future for Minnesota. But I don't think Nick Mullins will be getting any serious playing time this upcoming season. Bobby Wags coming in saying, when do you think Christian Darrisaw gets extended? Okay, interesting question. I want to say this summer, but the way the Vikings have been doing it and the way they've been handling their extensions, they wait until that fifth-year option. So I'm going to say next summer. I'm going to say Darrisaw gets the bag next summer, and if he has a good year, I'll tell you what, we might be looking at the highest paid left tackle in the league, the highest paid tight end in the league, and the highest paid wide receiver in the league for the Minnesota Vikings. So my guess, I'll say next summer. Roscoe saying, will Reisner or Brandell be the starting left guard this season? Early reports and early indication lean towards Blake Brandell, and Reisner's contract was actually a whole lot less than I thought it was going to be. It was actually only at $2 million. So I think it's going to be Blake Brandell, but obviously if Dalton Reisner ends up winning that job, I would not be shocked at all. But Rob Simpy coming in saying, what's the bet between you and Marsh, and how are you going to feel when the Giants win Week 1? If you guys don't know, Marshall Green runs our Giants Now channel here at Chat Sports. We don't have a bet just yet, but I am sure we will. I'm sure we will get one going. But how am I feeling about Week 1, Rob Simpy? I'm going to guarantee a Vikings victory right now for you personally. I think the Vikes are going to roll into MetLife and get a victory Week 1. Joey Tana saying, who is your top 5 all-time Vikings? Love this question. Absolutely love this. So I'll say top 5 Vikings that I personally watch. So I won't include Randy Moss on this list. I'm 24 years old, so keep that in mind. So number 1 for me, Adrian Peterson. That's an easy one. Number 2, I'll go Harrison Smith. Number 3, I was going to get to him. So Tracia said Thielen in my ear. I'm actually not going to put Thielen. I'm going to put Sidney Rice at 3 for me personally. I absolutely love Sidney Rice, man. He made me fall in love with that 2009 team. I can't say Brett Favre anymore. I can't see Brett Favre anymore. I'll go, there it is, Z Cool. I'll go Xavier Rhodes. He's on there for me. Love Xavier Rhodes. I'll throw you guys a wild card out here. Phil Loldholt. He was a big-time right tackle for the Vikings. He was a mammoth of a human being. So that'll be my 5. I'll go Adrian Peterson, Harrison Smith, Sidney Rice, Xavier Rhodes, and Phil Loldholt. I bet you not many people would have Phil on that list, but he was an absolute dog, man. He was a dog at that right tackle spot. But hey, if you guys are ready for some Vikings football coming up here in we got like 2-3 more months until week 1. You guys could give me a scold down in the comments section. Make it look like US Bank Stadium on game day. I would really, really appreciate it. And also, guys, that's the Twitter right there. If you guys haven't given me a follow already, please do so. I'll give you guys a follow right back. And, thank you guys so much for watching today's show. Fun show, talking about Dalvin Cook and answering questions from you guys. So hope you guys didn't take it too seriously about me talking about Cook. But see you guys next time. As always, Skol Vikes.